So anybody got a good intro that we can use?
What does he say? I had it in my head before. Oh, he says, well, you never quite know with the Jindas. Even the Jindas don't know with the Jindas.
Whoa!
What? Like, what does that mean?
That's right, everybody. Welcome back to Star Wars Total Rewatch. I'm Cody.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Daniel.
And we're the Traveling Jindas.
Oh.
Got a great show for you today.
We got magic. We got
And
beautiful dancers.
right.
For all you tree goats out there, got a great show.
So this is an episode of Star Wars Ewoks. We're still going through the first season here.
The fifth episode,
Episode
to be exact.
5. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and give this one a big old nub right off the bat.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Play us out. No.
The Traveling Jindas. They're a circus troupe that comes through the village and puts on a great show for whoever might be outside their tent when they stop. They don't seem to have a clue where they're going or any kind of a plan.
No. As one of the village elders once said, Jindas are notoriously known for being lost.
They're the Jindas. Everyone knows.
He also says they never go to the same place twice.
Right. So how would he know?
Yeah. Word maybe gets around. Although they didn't seem to have gone very far. Like, everybody else seems to know their way around the forest, but these guys don't have a clue.
I don't even know how they ended up on this show. I think they kind of stumbled into the Star Wars universe somehow.
From a different cartoon.
It's like, when I think Star Wars or even Endor, well, specifically Endor, I never think traveling circus troupe. Like, it's so random. It's terrible.
Yeah. And the
It's
guy,
pretty bad.
the leader, Bondo, he kind of makes me think of, I couldn't quite place it, maybe the Mad Hatter. What's his voice? What's that laugh that he does?
Yeah.
It's like, we're the Traveling Jindas.
Make way for the traveling Jindas!
You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah,
There's some cartoon character that sounds like that, and I can't put my finger on it. I looked him up, and this was voiced by Don McManus.
Oh, of course.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
He also was the voice of Chukatrok, the woodsman.
Oh, Chukatrok, may he rest in peace.
So it's not whatever voice I'm thinking of, but it's like he's going for something.
Hey,
That
there you go.
thing.
Anyone agree with me that Bondo sounds like Ed Wynn's version of Mad Hatter in Disney's House?
Did someone say that?
Yeah.
So, pretty great.
The plot of this is Latara. She's the one with the flute. She wants to perform, but all she ever has to do is chores. Just make her do chores all day.
She doesn't think anyone appreciates her.
And watch the kids.
Yeah.
And so the Jindas come into town, and she thinks it's great. So she runs off with the circus. I mean, like,
runs away and
how many
joins the
tropes
circus.
can he fit in one episode
How many tropes does it take to screw in a light bulb?
to make a bad Ewoks episode?
Mixing my metaphors.
She figures she'll just perform for a while and then come back, but apparently the Jindas never come back to the same place. They just go get lost immediately. So the Ewoks have to go save her.
Yep.
And also, meanwhile, there's a couple of Dulocs trying to kidnap Latara because they need her to babysit the king's crazy kids.
It's pretty dumb.
Yeah. And she ends up getting kidnapped, so then the Ewoks find the Jindas and have them go back to the Duloc village and stage a rescue.
Yeah. Little Ewoks are called walklings.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes, all the walklings, right.
What to talk about for this one?
Well, they show like 3 acts of their circus. There's a guy who like trains little badgers or something.
Weasels.
They do tricks, and 2 of them like lay down on their backs, and then a couple of them are spinning in a circle, and some of them jump through the hoop.
There's a magician who like levitates someone
With some ropes.
who is on a rope.
We see the secret to that trick later, and they just lifted up the person with the rope.
And there's like belly dancers with wearing veils. I don't know what they're doing in a children's cartoon.
What are they doing on Endor?
Oh yeah, good point.
It's so random. And like none of the other actors in this circus speak.
Oh,
yeah.
you're right.
They never have any lines. And you never even see them outside of performing on the stage. Like the only guy that ever talks is what's his face?
Bondo.
Hey, now the magician does say something.
Oh, does he? Oh yeah.
He says, "Shh."
He shushes you. It's just weird to me. It's like the circus comes in and he's the front man. He talks, he's the one that talks, but none of the other ones say anything.
They're not even characters enough to have lines.
I mean, I'm sure that's why, but this whole thing gives me a creepy vibe. Like something's not right with this group. Like, why are they following him? They don't make any money. He's like, I guess there's no tips tonight from the hanging goats that they perform for. Like, these guys are crazy. What are they doing here?
Who knows? They're probably all crazy. I really like that part though. The goats.
Yeah,
They're tree goats. They hang from trees.
they're like sloths.
But like they don't know where they even are. They just travel in a random direction and then they're like, "Well, time to stop for the night. Let's see who's outside." He's like, "Tonight we perform for tree goats."
Sleeping tree goats. Like, why bother? I don't know why anybody's like in the circus with him. I just don't understand the whole concept of the Jindas.
It's not a very good business model.
No. Oh, I forgot at the very beginning when the Jindas come to Ewok Village. Wicket's aunt, whatever her name is,
Bozzy.
Wazzy.
Yep.
She's like, "You're nothing but a bunch of freeloaders."
And she is pretty much right.
She's right.
It feels like that's their business model, is like they're not trying to get rich. They're just trying to not have to work hard. So like, yeah, we just kind of crash in places. They give us a place to stay, maybe give us enough money to keep moving on the next week, just couch surfing.
Right. And then he does a little kissy face at her. She's like, "Oh, well, in that case."
Well, that's how he's charming. That's how he can freeload off everybody.
So weird. It kind of works in the episode where he's some kind of circus guy, but imagine if the Ewoks behaved like regular Ewoks. This would be ridiculous.
You mean like in the Return of the Jedi?
Yeah. It'd be like performing for the goats.
Right. The Ewoks would just kind of blink at you and not know what's happening.
And then they try to eat you.
Right.
I mean, they would probably be fascinated, like when C-3PO is telling his story with all his sound effects, They're like, "Oh," very reactionary to the sound effect. Like, because in this cartoon, the Ewoks act like people, and so they're basically playing out a plot of any generic like circus type of thing. I don't know.
No, that's true. Like, I think this show, when it's good, it's like they're doing something that is original to this world. Feels like this is something that could only happen on Endor. But a lot of this, it does feel like we've got a list of cartoon plots. Stick one in here and just have Ewoks do it.
Yeah.
So, funny thing about these tree goats is they are not native to
I
Endor.
feel like everything's not native to Endor.
They were on a Star Hunter arc. You remember from the Kobe and the Star Hunters?
Yeah.
Star.
It's one of those sanctuary ships
Awesome.
that crashed onto Endor and released tree goats, goopins, and teaks.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
apparently.
Okay.
I mean, apparently this is from an article that was on StarWars.com, some hyperspace article or something, but it was later removed. So, citation needed.
Citation needed. I mean, for lack of other evidence, I guess we'll take it.
I don't know. What species is this guy supposed to be? Bondo.
He's a Jinda. Is that the species? I don't even know.
It's a nomadic tribe of Jinda.
Hmm.
So they're all Jindas. They're not native to Endor either. Their ship also crashed.
What is native to Endor?
Ewoks?
Ewoks, I guess.
All right.
The Jindas, everybody.
Let's talk about this. Let's get this out of the way and move on.
I mean, what's to say? The Dulocs capture Latara from the circus.
Well, I mean, Latara wanted to play her flute, and this guy doesn't even let her play on the stage.
Yeah.
Just makes her do the laundry. Great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dulocs capture her.
The Dulocs, those two guys are always going on the Duloc missions. They have a big O and a big X, respectively, on their chests.
Tic-tac-toe twins.
They should be called that. They feel like something from Dr. Seuss, like Thing 1 and Thing 2. So they kidnap Latara, and then the other Ewoks go after her because, like I said, everybody knows their way around the forest, except for these Jindas.
Well,
Yeah.
right. So they perform for the Dulocs, and then they use the magic trick as a way to rescue Latara. They're like, we need a volunteer to do this magic trick, and then they pull her up with their rope.
Mm-hmm.
But it actually doesn't work. The Ewoks give themselves away. They're
They
disguises.
fail horribly.
So chasing ensues,
Right.
and the Jindas help them get away.
Bondo here, he takes some tomatoes, eats a bunch of tomatoes, and spits them out of his megaphone like some kind of machine gun, which is very comical.
Yep. Oh, we forgot to talk about the magical acorn.
Well, right. I mean, that's the only interesting thing in this episode, in my opinion.
Why did they have it? Logray just said maybe this will come in handy or something.
Yeah, well, it's one of his magical items that could be useful for helping them.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably got loads of things, but he's not going to give them everything he's got.
Right. He's looking through his shelves and he says, circus rescue, magic acorn. That's what we need for this one.
This one's labeled, categorized under circus rescue items.
Yeah, exactly. Like a filing
Yeah.
system.
The magic acorn, which is what I'm saying. This is the only interesting thing about this episode. I like to see their magic items and stuff, and this one's kind of cool. I like it. He warns them. He says, "Don't get it wet. As soon as you get it wet, get away." That's what he said. Just run for it, because so Wicket takes the acorn and throws it in the water. The Dulocs are chasing them, and fair warning, that thing just burst into crazy tentacle vines. Just grabs all the Dulocs.
Yeah, it's almost like that seed shooter.
Right. There you go. Maybe it shot seeds from the forest moon of Endor.
Maybe. Oh, apparently there was going to be a Bondo action figure, but the toy never got beyond the prototype stage. Oh.
But there were prototypes. Somebody made a prototype.
Classic Jindas not getting beyond the prototype stage.
Pretty much. Oh, interesting. We might get more Jindas in another episode.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I was told they never strike the same place twice.
Right.
I
Like
see.
lightning.
One of the episodes is called The Curse of the Jindas.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 7.
Cannot get away from these guys. That's the
It is.
curse.
Also, apparently there's the Land of Guppins, and there's a lot of stuff. My goodness, okay, I gotta stop looking ahead.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I already
So some
spoiled
of these,
it for myself. Oh.
some of these characters will return.
The Jindas will return. That's what it said
In-
at the end of the episode.
That's like a James Bond thing.
Yeah.
Will return in.
Hey guys, I got some good news actually.
What's that?
We're less than what is that, 3 weeks away from The Mandalorian.
Oh.
You're counting down.
Well, by the time this episode comes out, The Mandalorian will probably already be out. So, is it any good? Guys, you'll have to let us know if it's any good.
Right back in time and tell us.
And maybe if you worked on one of the Ewok or Droid cartoons, we'd also like to interview you. on
Yeah,
our show.
sure.
Write us in at I don't suppose we have an email, do we?
We should make one.
Comment on our YouTube page.
Yeah, send us a letter or a fax or something.
Send us a hollow vid.
Send us some facts.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. The Traveling Jindas.
I'm gonna have to go with Daniel and give this one a nub.
Me too.
Yep. No.
All right, guys, that's it. It's a triple nub. You don't need to watch it.
Right.
If you got little kiddos, whatever, you can show them this so that they'll stop running around and tackling you for 20 minutes.
Better than kidnapping an Ewok babysitter to watch them.
We'll make a list of like episodes worth watching from the Ewoks cartoon. It's gonna be a pretty short list. The way it's going so far is gonna be a pretty short list.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next time, the Tree of Light. Sounds promising.
Yeah. Sounds better.
Yeah.
So we'll see y'all then.
Goodbye.
Bye.